Good morning, everyone. First of all, thank you for coming down. Really appreciate you all coming down here and being a part of this. I'm Andy Shepherd, and I think you all know why we're all here today, and that is to announce the comeback of one of Britain's greatest ever boxers, the Haymaker, David Haye. Today, I'm very happy to announce that the Haymaker will be making his return to the ring, his first fight in 3.5 years, right here at the O2 in London on January the 16th. I can also announce that his opponent on that evening will be Mark the Dominator de Mori. Mark is a top 10 WBA ranked heavyweight who has 30 career wins, including 26 by stunning knockout, and is unbeaten since 2004. The Haymaker, as I'm sure you all know, is widely recognised as one of the best British boxers of his generation. Haye was the first British boxer to become the unified cruiserweight champion in 2008, winning the WBC, WBA, WBO, as well as the ring titles. He then moved up to heavyweight and won the WBA Heavyweight Championship of the World in 2009, after defeating Nikolai Vadyrev. The Haymaker is one of only 2 boxers to have unified the cruiserweight titles and won a heavyweight title. Also with us this morning we have Shane McGuigan, David's trainer, Mark de Mori's trainer. We have Simon and Andrew Salter of SB Entertainment, who are the promoters of this event. And we have Rebecca Kane-Burton down front here, who is the general manager of the O2. I'd like to pass over now to our promoters, Andrew and Simon.
Thank you, Andy, and thank you everyone for coming today. Really excited actually that we're doing the press conference here. The event, of course, is going to be at the O2 Arena, which we believe, and I think most do as well, to be the finest and most exciting venue on the planet. Salter Brothers Entertainment, SB Entertainment are really, really proud to be part of such an amazing moment like this, which we truly believe is a huge part of sports culture history. And we're excited to be presenting the bout and the event between David Haye, the Haymaker, and Mark de Mori, the Dominator. We truly believe, as well as many others, that David is one of the best boxers of our generation. Not only exciting within the ring, but exciting to everyone. Everyone that my brother and I, co-founders of Salter Brothers Entertainment, everyone we speak to about David, whether it's A-listers, broadcasters, brands, we typically won't get excited about boxing because it's so niche. Get really excited about David's comeback. So I can genuinely say we have some amazing plans in place. And so you know a bit about us and what we do, because we're not the typical faces and what you expect from boxing circles. Is my brother and I are behind some huge campaigns and events. Most recently, in last year, we were behind what was recognised by MTV, CNN, major news outlets across the world as probably one of the biggest social movements of our generation. We were inspired by a young lad at the age of 19 who unfortunately lost his life to testicular cancer. It was merely embarrassment that caused his loss. It's 100% curable if caught early, and we actually decided to do something a bit different, not what charities tend to do, and that was to generate awareness. And because of the way we work and the algorithms we create, as well as the partners we bring in place, everything from broadcasters, A-listers, utilising the power of YouTube, Facebook, Instagram, we can galvanise the spirit of nations in the world. This campaign reached 800 million people, and probably even more than that in 159 countries, and we believe our talents and what our company has to offer will only do greatness to boxing, and we're very excited to go on this journey with the Haymaker, and we're very excited about the event on the 16th of January at the O2 Arena. It's going to be a brilliant event and hopefully something you haven't seen before, but certainly it's going to be thrilling. So I'll pass you on to my brother, who will probably share some more.
You've actually said quite a lot. I'll keep this concise. Like Anna said, we've built this ability and this algorithm to reach hundreds of millions of people worldwide who may not have shown some sort of interest in boxing. We really believe that boxing will inspire a generation. And just wait to see what we have for the Haymaker return, with his unprecedented reach and for the popularity and the future of boxing. And to kick off this event, we have the top 10 WBA, 13-1, 26 devastating, brutal knockouts, unbeaten in over a decade. This is Mark the Dominator de Mori. Ladies and gentlemen, this is going to be a spectacular event. And I think it's probably best now my brother's spoken and has a disquisition, I pass back to Andy.
It's Alter Brothers. Well, I'm excited. So it's the Dominator versus the Haymaker. David, how's it feel to be back?
It feels really good. From a physical standpoint, which I'm sure everybody's worried about, it's I'm firing on all cylinders. You know, I've teamed up with HAYMAKER, who's brought a new lease of life into me, and I've done a lot of hard training over many years, 25 years. People advice. I've been in the gym working hard, and it got to a stage where I needed a change. I think it was a telltale sign with the injuries that I continue to get. There needs to be something needs to be adjusted. So since I've teamed up with Shane, things have gone, in my opinion, from strength to strength. Physically, timing-wise, pushing weights, stamina, punch variety, punch volume, everything is gone through the roof. And I feel like a young fighter again. I'm 35 years old now, so I'm no spring chicken, but I feel like I did when I was 26, 27. I really feel like I really wound the clock back, and I'm feeling great, and I'm looking forward to getting in the ring and hearing the fans get excited again. It was interesting the way the Dominator came as my opponent. I did a random message to the fans to ask them who should be my next opponent, just to get a feel for what the fans wanted. And one of the first people to pipe up was Mori, saying, okay, I'll fight you. I think Tony Bellew and Martin Rogan and a couple other guys made some noise. But he piped up quick, and he was giving it large. I checked out his record. Okay, he's ranked in the top 10. Okay, you got a lot of knockouts. I looked for his record. You didn't see anyone there of any real significance, in my opinion. But he hasn't had his shot yet. But we'll see on January 16th. Whether the Dominator can dominate the Haymaker. I very much doubt that. I've been out in the ring for 3.5 years, so there may be some question marks. Maybe he's going to get some confidence from the fact that I've been inactive for so long. But there have been greats. Most of my idols, Muhammad Ali had 3.5 years out. He lost his comeback fight, but he was fighting Joe Frazier. I don't believe this guy's in Joe Frazier's league. Vitaly Klitschko, for instance, he was out for 4 years. The great George Foreman out for 10 years. All these guys came back not only to greatness, but they regained the heavyweight championship of the world, and that's exactly my intention. We've got some big, great fights out there for the British and world public. You've got a young Anthony Joshua fighting Dylan White in this very arena, the O2. That's going to be a humdinger of a fight. Very excited for that. Sell out a crowd. That shows you the healthiness of boxing in this in these times. You've got Frampton and Quigg going to go at it in February. I'm going January. It's just on the same night I fight Deontay Wilder is defending his WBC heavyweight title. That's another exciting fighter. So, in my opinion, boxing's in a really healthy, a real place. And obviously, you've got the big fight, the weekend with the Vladimir Klitschko fight facing the big mouth Tyson Fury. This is going to be very entertaining. If Tyson Fury can live up to the hype that he gives himself, he should find it a very easy assignment. But I wouldn't put too much money on that happening. But it's, as I said, exciting times for heavyweight boxing and boxing in general. And I'm just happy to be putting my little piece into it. I'm really looking forward to getting back out there and giving the fans some great nights of entertainment like I did many years ago.
You've not picked an easy opponent, Mark. Top 10 ranking.
I could have picked someone. I could have picked an opponent, and I think everybody would have gave me if I could have picked somebody who was 20-5, who'd been knocked out a couple of times in recent fights, and people say, okay, you should come back fight. I wanted someone for people to get excited about. He looks the part. He can punch. Okay, let's do it. If I'm going to do it, let's do it properly. There's no reason why I'm going to need two fights against complete nobodies before I can get back in there. I believe, and if I'm doing what I'm doing in the gym in the fight January 16th, I'll be better than I used to be. And if that's the case, let's roll with it.
What are you expecting from Mark on the night?
I'm expecting someone who can punch and someone who knows they can punch, someone who's expecting me to fall apart, someone who, you know, is, as I said, he hasn't lost in like 11 years. So that brings its own interesting dynamics to it. You know, when someone's got such a long unbeaten streak, they bring a different type of confidence than someone who's been knocked out a couple of years ago. So I'm looking forward to that. I'm looking forward to having to adjust to him, find ways to win. You know, I know it's probably not going to go 100% my way. I'm going to have to adjust. I'm going to have to find. As I said, I haven't been in the ring for a while, so I'm going to need to, as I said, shake off the ring rust. You know, but it's hard to do that when someone's trying to knock you clean out. But that's what makes boxing exciting. When you're not quite sure. The fact that people are going to come to this fight and not sure whether I'm going to be the old Haymaker or a new Haymaker. Is it better? Is it worse? That's what's going to get people excited.
And Shane, this is a new partnership between you and David.
Yeah.
How did this come about?
Well, about 2 months ago, yeah, I got the call, and David was looking for a new trainer, and as he said, new lease of life. And yeah, we started working together. We gelled straight away, and he's definitely back. He's definitely firing on all cylinders. He's can always punch. He's very athletic, but it's just about refining his training, making sure that he can go through the training camps and come out on skate.
And David, this is a new pairing as well with the Salter brothers for promoters. Why them?
Yeah, the new faces in town. You know, I met these guys a few years ago, and I saw what they did with the Feeling Nuts campaign that, you know, reached, as I said, nearly under 1 billion people through their crazy algorithm. I don't know how these guys do it, but they can reach everybody in the world. And I remember thinking at the time, if they could do that with this project, how about if they was to be incorporated in a Haymaker comeback? How much difference would that make to me? So we started having some conversations, and one day they came over to me and said, okay, you've been talking a lot about this. What would it take for us to promote you, for us to take you around the world, to assist you in becoming the heavyweight champion of the world? I said, it's not straightforward like that. There's so much going on. It's not a cheap venture. I said, off the bat, I will cost X, the opponent will cost X, and it's going to take this long. You've got these obstacles, these governing bodies, this. They said they didn't flinch, and you know, I'd say 2 months later, after bouncing back with lawyers and whatnot, I signed on the dotted line, and now I'm working exclusive with these guys. And you know, very modest, these guys. But believe me, these guys are the real deal, and I'm very confident with these guys behind me, with their backing. You know, I will go straight back to where I deserve to be, and that's the top of the heavyweight pile.
And Mark, the Dominator Mori, I mean, it's some record you hold, undefeated in over a decade, 26 knockouts. You've got punching power, it's obvious. What are you expecting from this fight with the Haymaker?
I was a guy that followed David Haye's career, and I think from maybe the Mormaker fights, I followed what he did, so I know him very well, and I'm obviously the unknown quantity here. And I know what to expect. It's a guy that's very athletic, he's very agile, he's very powerful. We all know what to expect from him, whether he's better or worse or the same. But one thing him and his team may not know is that most of my career, almost 90% of my career, I trained in my dad's garage. So I was a self-trained guy, training in my dad's garage, flying to places all around the world by myself with no trainer. Now, some of the fights that are on YouTube, I was on my honeymoon and my wife said I should fight. I had a few fights with my wife in the corner. So she's crazier than I am. But that's the guy they've been watching on YouTube, that's the guy they're preparing for. And all empires, no matter how great, crumble eventually. Everyone has their time. It's the Ottoman Empire, the Roman Empire, David Haye being a world champion, Klitschko being a world champion. And what it takes to end a reign or an empire or someone on top is not always a better man, a more skilled man, but it's some guy that turns up that just believes. And he's got a little bit of a sickness in his head that he refuses to lay down, he refuses to read the script, and he turns up willing to give it everything, round 1 to round 10. And I'm now living in Croatia 2 years. I've gone from a self-trained guy living in the garage at my dad's house to this guy, Mario Shivolja. He was the national coach of Croatia, 2-time Olympian. he actually told me he even fought on some same amateur shows as David Haye in Rome. And it's now a different level of training. I've gone from the guy, self-trained, turning up to fights by myself or with my wife in the corner wiping blood off my face, to a guy that has a proper team. And my strength has gone through the roof. I always had power, but now it's gone to another level. My technique, my stamina, yeah, I've got a good record, and as people will know, I haven't fought guys like David Haye. I haven't been at the top, and it's been frustrating, but maybe it's been a blessing that it's finally happening at this point in my life. I'm 33, many sports they might say, well, that's a little bit old, but at heavyweight boxing, 30s is your prime. And with this guy behind me, and the training I've been doing, and the preparation I've got for this fight, of course there's a script there that says David Haye's comeback fight. This is the chance for him to regain, you know, his world ranking and get back in there. But as I said, every dog has its day, and it just takes someone like me that's a little bit sick in the head, that doesn't believe that I'm here as a sacrificial lamb, and someone that's ready to go that extra mile and put him in a position where he wonders, I'm a millionaire, I'm famous, do I really need this? And that's the position I want to put him in the fight. And I guess that'll answer questions for him and for me.
Dominator versus the Haymaker. I'd like to open up to any questions from the floor now. Any questions from anyone? In that case, we'll call it a day. Thank you very much. Just so the tickets go on sale tomorrow morning exclusively on O2 Priority at 9 AM. That's for 48 hours, and then to the general public at 9 AM this Friday morning from access.com. It's the Dominator versus the Haymaker, January 16th at the O2 Arena. Thanks for coming.